Welcome back to the episode of Mr. Truth. I am your only host on this show, and I'll always be your only host on this show. Like I said before, if I'm not hosting this show, there's a problem. Because I don't have anybody ever stepping in, because that would be a problem. Because that's not how I work. I do have guests. Well, back in the day when I first started out, I have guests. Not much anymore, because, well, people are stupid on the internet. Me. Mainly me. I'm pretty fucking stupid on the internet. But today, I'm going to show you stupid people that are also on the internet that happen to work in high places. Because I got friends in low places. Drinking every night at the end of the night when bars are closing. That song always came on. And can't remember the name of that club. Doesn't really matter right now because we're going to get into a lot of stuff, and I forgot to say, what's up, Gilf? How you doing? Showed up to your live the other day, and you just cut it within 5 minutes of being there. How rude. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you have not gotten your cup of coffee this morning, I highly recommend it because I already did. Coffee, whiskey, bourbon, whatever it is you drink this time in the morning or wherever you're at. Most of the people are going to be on the American side. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, get some product placement in. Ghost. And your drink. Normally drink rain, but this stuff, this Welch's grape, ooh-wee, can't be touched. Unless it's the Welch's cran grape, which is even better. Mwah. But, this is what a drink of the day. Don't forget, pinkies up. And I don't get paid to do that. I drink it. I pay for it. You guys get to see it for free. But before we get into today's mumbo jumbo, we're going to play a little song from 2003, maybe? It don't matter. So this is for the first video of the day while I go finish Rumble. Enjoy. I'll be right back.
J-Bo, Young Blues, you already know how we do it, homeboy. And Will, it's A-Town, 105 it's A-Town.
Okay.
You already know. Lil Jon, Eastside Boy.
I already know you
Your
did
boy
this
Sean
thing.
Paul, play like this here, boy.
I gotta back
They
up.
calling me, they come back to the street, who Sean P. AKA on Short Creek said it was necessary. These sucker niggas out here very scary. They cuffin' home, they living in the month of February. Okay then, put a sissy nigga on display then. Kick in your door and have my folk them bring them K's in. I'm still addict, A-double-T-I-C. It ain't no hoe out there for real. Who don't know about me, bitch, I'm for sure with it. Don't make me pop that trunk to the left, bitch, I will go get it. And I ain't selfish, I will let you in your whole feeling. Won't catch me sippin' no Chris and got a cold billy. It's Young Blues, A-Town. More liquor sipping, coming straight from the gutter. Toe tag a motherfucker, leave him under a cover. Lil Jon, he dropped the beat to make it bounce like rubber. Sean Paul told the heat to make it mugged in sluggy. If we don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Hey, if we don't give
Wait, could this be a Gen X song? Because we don't give a damn and we don't give a fuck.
a damn, we don't give a fuck. Hey, if we don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Hey, if we don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck.
Hey, other people.
Be no shit. Don't start no shit. It won't be no shit. Don't start no shit. It won't be no shit. Don't start no shit. It won't be no
Oh shit, I'm thinking, guys.
Get to it, drink hand in hand. They call me Mr. Herringbone, cause that's my right hand man. Old school, straight foolish, like no other indeed. Well, Lil Jon and Young Blues, dead pockets get paid. Had it crew 105 as if you looking to rumble.
Wow,
Back
what's up,
bust,
brother?
know I done got your number. In the
How you
club,
been?
you gon' feel it when it drop this summer. Like rain, we gon' pour and hit you hard like thunder. Cause in the dirt, and we
Gonna hit
gon'
you
pour
hard
that
like
drink you
thunder.
under the table. Where them niggas pimp hoes and fly suits and gators. In my Chevy, so super, I'm the one to call. Just dial 1-800-430-alcohol. And dog, I'm not the one that you really just wanna clown. I'm cool in my way, but still I shut them down. Then pits on them haters, J-Bo, he cuts a fool in a cut box slizzer somewhere. That's how we do. Yeah. If we don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck.
You're right.
If we don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Hey. If we don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Hey. If we don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Don't start no shit, it won't be no shit.
Well, good thing for you, this is not a twerk-free zone. So you can twerk all you want. What's up, fucking feeling?
You gon' need more stitches to patch that leak up. Jump like we up, I'm out TV up. With the plush leather gut, steady gripping the butt. Oh, you for show with it. Or pull your pistol, show a nigga you ain't hoe with it. And I ain't selfish, I would let you and your folk feel it. Talking big boy shit, me mugging like a motherfucker, I handle my dick.
Cause off the rip, we keep on jumping like it ain't nothing new. We started off with Shake 'em Off, so look partner, oh guess who? It's the boy from that bottom who took you down 85 and hit you with that US, so look here, don't be surprised.
All right. Well, YouTube let me play that. I'm pretty impressed. So we're gonna get into
Name one country.
yes. I love when I realize that yeah, our Americans are dumb, but it's all right, Gilf. It's all right. Just put the headphones on, listen, and drift away. Drift away. Let's go. Let's go with the first clip. I'm so glad that if I went to England, I'd probably be pretty fucking smart. Because I'm already smart here, especially in the South. These guys are dumb. And like dumb, I mean dumb.
In Africa.
Sing. Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica's not.
What condition is caused by insufficient fluid intake? Starts with a D.
Diabetes.
Oh. Remember, guys, if it's hot out, if you're in the South, especially us in the South, right, Clown? Make sure. I forgot. Oh, make sure you drink water. Gatorade, Powerade, whatever it is. You don't want to get diabetes. By God, if your body just is completely free of all water, you're going to get diabetes. Right? I mean,
What's the capital of Qatar?
Qatar. Qatar
Doha.
Airways.
Doha is the capital city of which Middle Eastern country?
Cutter.
The Middle East. The West East.
West East guy.
Name 3 countries in Asia.
England. Right, so
Yo, did this bitch just say England? England is a country in Asia?
England. Right, so England, China,
Oh? Oh? Yo, one.
Germany.
Oh, fuck's sake.
What is the Earth's primary source of energy?
I don't know.
Sniff.
Okay,
Yeah.
and how many countries are in the UK?
Countries?
Yeah.
2 in it. I don't know. It's 2 in it.
You live there.
What city is the London Eye located in?
I've not got a clue, mate. Just woke up, not long, just woke up in it, I'm half asleep, so.
I'll give you clues. Is it A, London? Is it B, Birmingham? Or is it C, Cardiff?
Cardiff. I don't have a clue, mate.
What city is the fashion capital of Italy?
Milan.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh.
How-
Oh. That's a city now?
How many zeros are there in 100,000?
6.
What's the difference between a mouse and mice?
Come on.
Mouse and mice. There's no difference.
Oh, septum piercing.
How's there no difference? If you could explain to everybody watching at home.
Yes, please.
Well, I don't know, two different words just for the same animal. If I'm not correct, maybe one's like adult and one's like mice is like a youngling mouse or something.
A young
So
mouse?
which one's the adult? Which one's the youngling?
The mouse and the mice, the youngling.
So the mice are the young ones because their name is shorter, guys.
Okay. Now, what language do they speak in Canada?
English.
Canadian. Is he not Canadian?
French. English or French?
American. Canadian.
What about Mexico?
Oh.
Don't say
Is that,
Mexican.
Italian.
Starts with S.
They speak Italian in Mexico, guys. They speak Italian. Buongiorno. Mi scusi. Buongiorno.
Oh, is it Spanish?
Spanish, well done.
Spanish isn't Canadian.
Huh? What'd you say?
But Spanish isn't Canadian though, is it?
What is the name of the famous tower in Italy that leans to one side?
Pisa. Oh boy, you got this. Or not.
The Pyramids of Giza. Sorry? The Pyramids of Giza.
Oh.
Now, what do you do? What do you do for work, sir?
Can't say.
You can't say.
Can't put that on YouTube, can you?
Can't be. You're gonna get taken.
Where you're going?
I just asked him what he does for work. Anyway, what's the square root of 49?
24.5.
Oh. That.
Square root of 49.
Yeah, something like that. Wait, no, 9. Shit. Yeah, it's gotta be 9.
Huh?
So, something like that, right?
No.
What's the
not at all.
capital? What's the capital of Poland?
Poland,
Warsaw.
Krakow.
How'd you get to Krakow?
Krakow. Because that's just the capital, innit?
Yes.
Now, next question is easy, nice and easy. 16 divided by 2.
Oh.
12.
Whoa.
What's the square root of 400?
Yeah, I've always done things.
200.
It's
Ain't got a clue. 100. Ain't got a clue. No, knock it off, mate. Sorry.
What country is the Taj Mahal located in? Taj Mahal.
Dubai.
oh no.
How many degrees make a straight line?
No. Oh. These chicks are so fucking dumb. They are so dumb. This is probably one of the easiest answers or questions he can have.
How many degrees make a straight line?
Yeah.
2.
If you have 50 pounds in 50p coins, how many coins is that?
50. I'm drawing a blank on that one, I'm sorry.
What is the perimeter of a circle called?
Sphere.
What's the capital of Wales?
What's the capital?
This one I didn't know,
The capital
why.
of Wales.
Yeah.
but it's Cardiff, I think.
The capital of Wales.
Yeah, you got it.
Scotland, isn't it?
No. None.
Scotland.
Cardiff.
How many days are in a decade?
365 times 10, so 3,600.
What's the chemical symbol for oxygen?
Oxygen, OX. OX.
The country Argentina is in.
What you know, the chemical symbol for the oxygen you breathe is actually O2.
What continent?
Trying to think now.
Well, then again, the air you breathe got a lot more than oxygen.
Europe, innit? In Europe a continent.
Sorry?
In Europe a continent.
No.
What's the chemical symbol? Yeah, what's the chemical symbol for gold?
Gold.
The G? What is the scientific name for humans?
Homo
Was
Yeah, you said
the monkey thing, innit?
The monkey?
the monkey thing. Okay.
Did you just say the monkey?
Is it hemoglobin?
Huh? Go on.
Hemoglobin or something?
Yeah.
What's the capital of China?
Japan.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
No, Hong Kong.
How many days are there in 6 weeks?
42.
35.
6 weeks.
How'd you get to 35?
7 times 6.
What's the capital? What's the capital of Mexico?
The name.
I'm asked to just throw this one. Is it Cancun?
Yes.
No.
Yes, Cancun.
What is the only continent with no permanent human population?
Antarctica.
Sure.
I'm not very sure, but I think
Correct. How many degrees are there in a right angle?
In a right angle. Oh my days. Is it 90 or 180? Right angle.
Hey, my door.
90 degrees, I think. Yeah, 90 degrees.
Correct. 90 degrees, yes. And now, last question, yeah? What do you call a round model of the Earth that you can spin?
Globe.
A round model of the Earth I can spin? Globe?
Sure.
I think it's globe.
What?
Wait, round model of the Earth that you can spin?
Yeah.
Globe.
I think it's globe. I'm not very sure. Yeah, correct.
Uh-oh.
I keep burping, chest hurting. I said a prayer in church, started cursing.
What?
It's your gimme, yeah. It's your gimme, yeah. I got a small, can you feel it? Your kid's PS5, I'ma steal it.
I don't remember this version.
It's your gimme, yeah. It's your gimme, yeah. She pinched on my nipple, but it tickled. Can I get a rental for a nickel? I like to eat peanut butter on my pickle. Before it pop, can I lick on your pimple? I'm getting food stamps, hope it covers dental. My prank didn't work, but I still tricked you. 3 points, 3 rebounds, a double triple. Lick on my toes and I might giggle.
Alright, guys. Whew. That remix is a little bit different than I thought it would be. But you know what? To each their own. So I didn't know that good old New York City. Remember the old commercial? Pick up the pace. What was it? Because it was like, where's your salsa from? New York City. New York City? Maybe it was... Oh, I don't remember. That shit was fucking forever ago. You know, back when we remembered commercials and the jingles and all that shit. But, enough of that. Let's go to New York. It's funny when they get 2.5 inches of rain, they get floods. And then if you don't want, there was a video up in, was it Asia? India? Where the dudes in the street just get flooded. And there, you see a bunch of guys just standing there watching as it slowly comes. I don't have that video. But it starts getting stronger and more water. And these guys are like, oh, let me take pictures. Blah. And then they had to run. Because the area they were standing got pretty much soaked. And they was shoving cars and shit down the road. It's fucking wild. I don't know why I didn't save that. But Zoran Mandami, hopefully he can get this problem fixed. Look at that. So pretty. Get 2.5 rains in the south, you have a puddle in your backyard. You have a big enough backyard. Thank God I live on top of
it. This is why I'm gonna stay my ass in Harlem. This is why I'm gonna stay my ass in Harlem. Because in Harlem we got hills, man. Wade in the water. Wade in the...
I wonder if FM had to swim through this.
Check on my car. My shit is up on the hill though.
This is the one where the bus knocks him over.
Yo, his car is dead floating, bro. This all happened in like 25 minutes. Huh?
Hopefully he didn't try to start that thing.
No, my car is up on the hill. I'm about to go check it right now. I think it's good though. It's up on the hill, so I'm good.
It's up on the hill, I'm good, nigga.
Nah, that's crazy.
Come on, the bus.
Take me back to Harlem. I love Queens, but this is. Oh!
There it is.
That bus bus just put away. I might as well get a surfboard in this.
Bodyboard.
They over here pushing their goddamn this store with the bricks.
Why isn't Mandami out there having them fill sandbags for free? They'll pay you later. It's like the fucking people that shovel the snow every after. An idiot. There we go. He's not an idiot. Horn blows to the driver.
Look at the water, guys. Look at this. This is how bad it is here on Hampstead Avenue, guys. God bless our bus operators, I'll tell you that much. We're getting us home tonight, that's for sure. Wow, I've never seen flooding like this, guys. Never. This is historic.
You've never seen flooding?
This much flooding in our area, guys.
Look at the Hispanics like, man, fuck this. This is like being back in Mexico. You mean I came here from America for this? We have this back in Poland. Mexico. Mexico. There you go. There you go. Clean those drains. Are you wearing a helmet? Is she wearing a helmet? This guy. I don't know what you're sweeping, bro. Sweep the water. Sweep. And he's mopping. This dude's over here mopping. No. Don't let it go to waste. And this dude on the fucking moped is hilarious. That water ain't helping, bro. Sweeping that water ain't helping. Thank God I don't live in New York City. I've been in New York City a few times. Wouldn't want to live there. Too crowded.
Authorities have announced hundreds of arrests and dozens of child rescues in a major crackdown against child exploitation
in California,
across Southern California.
The month-long sting called Operation Firewall spanned 5 counties in our area. KTLA Samantha Cortese is live in the newsroom with the breaking details. Samantha.
Hi, Lauren and Kirk. The allegations against some individuals charged following the sting are incredibly disturbing. Thousands of agents across the United States formed the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. You'll hear them call it the ICAC. Here in Southern California, the task force spent nearly 1 month from April to the beginning of May acquiring and serving search warrants for more than 300 alleged child abusers. The agencies met up today to announce Operation Firewall. LAPD Chief Jim McDonald says the sting resulted in 341 arrests and 40 children were identified and rescued from abuse. Chief McDonald says the task force is using every kind of technology available to identify and hunt down people accused of heinous crimes against children, some as young as 1 year old.
Production, possession, and distribution of child sexual abuse material, lewd acts with a child, contacting or attempting to meet a minor for lewd purposes, human trafficking, failure to register as a convicted sex offender, and parole and probation violations by registered sex offenders.
112 law enforcement agencies were represented today at this news conference. Law enforcement served search warrants in 5 counties, spanning from San Bernardino all the way to Ventura. They used one example of a man who's accused of posing as a high school football player, convincing a young girl to meet him for sex across the border in Mexico.
What?
The interagency task force alerted Mexican authorities, who rescued that girl. Asali said while there is Operation Firewall, parents are the first line of defense.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Get your kids off the internet. Nothing good comes from it. Most of the exploitation we're seeing today, they are not meeting these people out in the park or on the street. They are meeting your kids and they are grooming them online. And I don't care what platform it is, if there's an ability to communicate with an adult, they're being groomed.
Other agency represented at that news conference had that same message, pleading to parents to monitor their children online. Lauren, they used the example of you wouldn't just drop your children off in a room with adults you don't know. It's the same concept with the internet and chat rooms.
And school. And school. Let's be real about it. You can't trust some of these two teachers. Look, you can see all my snacks. All right, this is, yes. I got a few videos from this Southern Poverty Law Center questioning.
Looks like the ranking member wants to make a unanimous consent request.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Walmart gunman attacked El Paso because that's what his president was telling him his defense attorney.
Walmart gunman was a Mexican.
He says. I'd like to introduce that for the record.
Without objection. Democrats talked about a slush fund. I would just point out, was it a slush fund when Peter Strzok got $1.2 million from the Garland Justice Department? Was it a slush fund when Lisa Page got $800,000? You know, Peter Strzok's the guy that said, I'm in the Northern Virginia Walmart. I can smell the Trump supporters. And the Biden Justice Department gave him $1.2 million. Gentleman from North Carolina is recognized.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Wiley, I want to talk to you about the Charles Morrell case that you mentioned earlier. You said it happened where?
Boston,
In Boston?
Massachusetts. Yes, sir.
And he was attacked by whom?
The Patriot Front.
The Patriot Front.
We all know Patriot Front is a bunch of fucking feds, and we know that they were getting money from the fucking SPLC. Just stop pretending like they didn't.
The SPLC did not give the Patriot Front any money. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Oh, you should know.
And how was he attacked? And pardon me, I'm just not familiar with this case.
The Patriot Front was had a march that they were engaged in without a permit, and he was attacked on the street.
Was he killed or just assaulted or?
I don't know that it matters if we're talking about a hate crime, which is what we're talking about.
I'm just trying to get the details, ma'am, and I'm leading up to this. Would you be willing to condemn the local leaders' efforts to defund the police? Because I agree with you. We should have safe streets.
I'm sorry, I'm not quite.
Will you condemn Boston's local leaders from trying to defund the police? They did that in their recent budget proposal.
I don't live in Boston. What I will say is this was a hate crime.
You think that defunding the police helps or hurts public safety?
The question I think that I was asked to come speak to was the rise of hate and the critical importance of us addressing and protecting civil rights.
Well, you said earlier that you respect Mr. Murrell's right to a free street. So I'm asking you, will you condemn the local leaders' efforts to defund the police?
I will not make any comment about local decisions.
What about Mayor Wu's policy of offering sanctuary to people here illegally, regardless of their criminal history? Will you condemn that?
No.
So it seems like your qualification on public safety is very limited, correct?
No, I'm just
I think
here.
it is. I think it is.
I'm just here on a hate crime.
Well, let's talk about the hate crimes. In terms of the neo-Nazis, I actually agree with just about every word that Jerry Nadler said. I'm working on a bill to promote safe places of worship, increase penalties for attacks on worshipers, and neo-Nazism is certainly on the rise. You would agree with that?
I would.
Anti-Semitism, attacks against Jews, Christians, members of other faiths, it's on the rise.
It is.
Do you know why it's on the rise?
Well, I think that's why we've been so concerned about the cuts to grants and programs that are helping us understand the rise and exactly why we have young men like we saw in San Diego murder 3 men at a mosque.
Are you concerned at all?
While we're concerned about the attacks on the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is also seeking to help us better understand.
Do you find it at all problematic that one of the leading candidates for United States Senate,
Graham Plattner,
proudly commissioned and displayed a Nazi tattoo on his chest for almost 20 years? Does that concern you?
I don't know who you're referring to. I would only say that anti-Semitism, neo-Nazism, hate always concerns me.
Would you condemn that in that candidate? He's a United States Senate candidate who proudly wore a Nazi tattoo right on his chest.
Well, certainly I don't agree with any support of
You condemn it.
neo-Nazism.
Now, I'm detecting a little bit of, it seems like, viewpoint and partisan bias from the SPLC. Mr. Perkins, I want to talk to you a little bit about this. Do you know why there is such fervent resistance, or I would say fervent hatred for traditional viewpoints, for Christians, for people like yourself?
I do, because we have a fixed view of marriage, of human sexuality, and that stands in the way of the left's ideological push to transgender our children and to redefine marriage. And so in order to shut us up, knock us off the media, defund us, they have to label us alongside of these racist groups.
Right. Ms. Wiley, do you think that biblical values are extreme?
No,
I
time.
I don't even understand the question, sir. I'm
Very
sorry.
simple. Do you believe that biblical values are extreme?
I believe that people have the right to have their beliefs, including their interpretations of religion, whatever their religion is.
Is Mr. Perkins' belief in traditional biblical values what brought him to the forefront of the SPLC's hate group map?
I can't speak for the SPLC's
You are
decision.
today.
You are.
I am here to speak about hate and bias, and
Do you
what I
think
am
that
here to
belief
say
in biblical
is
values promotes hate and bias?
that is way too broad a question
Well,
to
I'm
answer.
asking
What I'm very clear on is that we have a Constitution that protects First Amendment rights, including freedom of religion. We support that as a civil rights community that includes almost every faith and an interfaith alliance.
Well, I know. Let me
frankly,
just stop you there. I know Dr. Swain well. She's a scholar. She's independent. She's very
Oh,
well
no.
thought out. Why was she listed as someone to be concerned about?
I'm here because we're talking about hate. I do not engage in the
Is she a hateful
designations.
person?
I don't know her.
You're on behalf of the SPLC.
I'm on behalf of civil rights, the leadership conference.
Is she
I sit on.
anti-civil rights?
That's not why you're there. You're talking about why you guys got caught manufacturing hate. And we're going to go to Graham Plattner. Yeah, go ahead. I came across this story yesterday, and I was like, this can't be true. So I did a little more digging, and apparently it's very, very true. And it kind of makes it even worse that this fucking Nazi propagandist is talking shit about a soldier who drew fire to protect the rest of his brothers. And he made fun of him, saying he should have died. Kid got shot 4 times trying to protect his brothers coming down a mountain in Afghanistan. You're a Marine. You were an infantry Marine with 3 Marine deployments, 1 Army deployment as a National Guardsman. You'd think you would understand that. You'd think. But not Graham Plattner.
Cruelly mocking an American soldier, admitting to getting a Nazi-linked skull tattoo while he was, quote, very inebriated, and gleefully recounting on Reddit about pleasuring himself
I've gotten a few tattoos where I've been drinking, and not one of them has been a fucking Nazi.
in porta potties. What are some of Democratic Maine Senate candidate Graham Plattner's biggest controversies? Here's what you need to know. Democratic Senate hopeful Graham Plattner landed himself in hot water again on May 20th, when comments from a burner Reddit account linked to the controversial Lefty were recently uncovered by a freelance journalist. In a series of since-deleted posts from his infamous P. Hustler Reddit account, Plattner, an oyster farmer and self-styled ardent foe of the billionaire class, reportedly defended a Marine who urinated on a dead Taliban fighter, confessed that he joined the Marines to, quote, have an adventure and kill some people, and gushed over a user's post, showing a collection of phallic graffiti from their military era. In another controversial post, the Maine Marine vet chided about an American soldier's viral body cam video from Afghanistan, where he was shot at least 4 times and earned a Purple Heart. The terrifying footage showed Private First Class Ted Daniels moving into an open area as a diversion tactic to help his squad mates get to safety, while weathering shrapnel and calling out for help as a storm of bullets flew all around him. This video never gets old. Dumb motherfucker didn't deserve to live. At least his stupidity and fat-ass wheezing are available for all future infantrymen to witness and hold in contempt. Plattner, then a 34.
Any infantryman that's been to combat, they would have done the same fucking thing.
4-year-old wrote on his burner Reddit account. Poor marksmanship on the Taliban's part is the only reason this mouth breather made it home. He managed to make every possible shit decision possible when it comes to small unit combat. The post contacted Plattner's campaign for comment on the now viral comment.
That's actually part
Plattner
of
scrubbed his Reddit history before launching his Senate campaign in August of last year. But he seemingly copped a past post on the site in an interview with CNN, where he described it as him, quote, f***ing around the internet and claimed that wasn't, quote, indicative of who I am today. Several other now deleted comments have also caused a stir. In one post on the military subreddit asking fellow vets, what are some...
Oh, people make mistakes. I was drunk. No. Own it. And you know how they say people don't change. 20 years of having a Nazi tattoo, and then suddenly you get in trouble for it. You said you got it while you were in the Army, but you were in the Marines for your 3 combat deployments, active duty. I don't know what your National Guard buddies would be doing in fucking Romania.
Some familiar scents that bring you back to reality or nostalgia. Plattner commented using his Reddit burner account, something that might be considered a bit TMI. I still have to off every time I sit in a porta sh**. That blue water smell conditioned me, the Senate hopeful crudely commented. Years later.
Alright. I'm with Graham on this one. Anybody that's been deployed into a combat zone, it happens. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. People jerk off everywhere. And Porta John was, let's just say it was not a very pleasant place to do it because the smell and the heat, by God. Especially if you're in the middle of the day. But it happens. It happens. So he's kind of right on that. Although that blue water smell, it never smelled like blue water.
That blue water smell conditioned me, the Senate hopeful crudely commented. Years later, in March of 2021, the oyster farmer posted another crude comment, opining in the RUSMC forum in response to a user who posted a collection of graffiti about men's private parts from their military era. Plattner replied to the GWOT art post in a shockingly graphic fashion about the, quote, most beautiful sight these cynical old infantry eyes have ever seen, referring to similar graffiti about the male anatomy. In October 2025, an embarrassing...
Come on. At a young age, we draw dicks. Everybody draws dicks at young ages. Now, when in the military, it never gets old. You draw dicks on everything. And if you're out drinking or at a buddy's house, and if you pass out first, you're getting a dick drawn on your face with a Sharpie.
Video showing Plattner singing in only briefs at a wedding celebration for his brother also revealed that the Bernie Sanders-backed candidate was sporting a controversial skull tattoo linked to Nazism. The Marine vet said he was, quote, very inebriated when he got a tattoo that resembled a Totenkopf or death's head symbol used by the notorious Nazi SS secret police force in Croatia while inebriated in
Croatia. Really, Graham? I don't think so.
2007.
I am not a secret Nazi. Actually, if you read through my Reddit comments, I think you can pretty much figure out where I stand on Nazism,
right,
and anti-Semitism and racism in general.
It's easy to say that. You can look through all my comments from the past. Oh, fucking, you probably think I'm racist. Never mind. They look good? Hold on, guys.
I would say a lifelong opponent.
Plattner explained that he and his Marine buddies just, quote, chose a terrifying looking skull and crossbones off the wall, without knowing the tattoo's significance. He said the tattoo never raised any red flags, including when he joined the Army National Guard. The Army prohibits ink that is extremist, racist, or sexist. Plattner later...
Well, here's why. He didn't have to do a physical, because when he re-enlisted, he still had a good physical. because he was still under that inactive ready reserve time. And I think he went to the National Guard. Let me not lie to you. Let me double check, because I know I looked it up. I think he went to the National Guard like a year later. Yep. So he got out of the Marines in 2008, and you take a physical before you get out. You 100% take a physical before you get out. And then he went into the Maryland National Guard in 2009, so his physical was still good. They would not have to do another physical to check for his tattoos. He was still within his active reserve window. So yeah.
Later told Politico it wasn't until he started hearing from reporters and DC insiders that he realized the tattoo resembled a Nazi symbol. I absolutely would not have gone through life having this on my chest if I knew that, and to insinuate that I did is disgusting, he said.
And even then, the only time I had to do a physical in the Army where they checked my tattoos was when I went on recruiting. They had to look at every single one of my tattoos, and I had to explain to them what they were, why I got them, and then that was it. And I had to explain a lot.
To blow up, Platten revealed that he got the ink covered up. Though judging from a local Maine reporter's reaction, it's unclear if the new design represents anything at all.
The skull. That was a skull, and now it is. Okay. You can't quite tell, but yeah. Well, actually, maybe. Yeah. It still has its like healing thing on it. Yeah. And maybe we shouldn't, just because it's. Well, whatever. Well, you guys. I can see it. You guys.
What is that, Ev? What is that?
This?
Yeah. What's the?
Literally nothing. It's just a.
Oh.
It's a design.
So this guy definitely hates on veterans, especially veterans that did more to combat than he ever did. And he's pissed off about that. And if the way he said that about that young soldier, well, I don't know if he's young now because it's 2012. That's discredit on every infantryman that's ever had to do that. So he's going to go back to every infantryman that's ever drawn fire and call them a retard and hope they die. That's fucked up. And you know what? I'm not the kind of person that's going to be moral around this. And Graham Plattner, I hope someone beats the fuck out of you. I hope someone beats the fuck out of you.
Is back. Gentleman from Texas is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for holding this hearing, and thank you to the witnesses for taking the time to be here and testify before us. We certainly really appreciate that and appreciate your expertise. Ms. Wiley, I have a couple questions for you. Do you still believe in defunding the police?
Hang on a second. I got to fix.
Back. Gentleman from Texas is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for holding this hearing, and thank you to the witnesses for taking the time to be here and testify before us. We certainly really appreciate that and appreciate your expertise.
Gil's gonna have a fucking.
Miss Wiley, I have a couple questions for
He's
you.
gonna make
Do
a
you
little
still
bit.
believe in defunding the police?
No.
I believe in public safety, and that means driving dollars to where we're most likely to prevent crimes from happening and ensure that we have responsive law enforcement that doesn't violate people's rights and it prevents crime.
Does that mean driving dollars away from law enforcement?
It means making sure we're driving dollars to the things that support public safety, and that's a variety of things.
So possibly away from law enforcement.
Well, I think we have law enforcement. We have talked about the need for law enforcement, particularly when we're fighting hate and bias crimes, which
I agree. We
have more than doubled in this country since 2015.
Law enforcement is very important. During your mayoral race a few years ago, you said, quote, "I'm going to take $1 billion from New York City Police Department." Do you still think that's a good idea?
Well, I'm here to talk about hate crimes, not my run for city. I stand by my run for mayor, and I appreciate the opportunity to try to drive dollars.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of person you are and your beliefs, because that tells about character and what you're going to say next.
public
You
safety.
have to cut the police budget
I
and
don't have
change what we
fair
mean by
use of that word.
policing. Do you still stand by that statement as well?
I stand by the need to invest in community safety, to ensure that
by
we have a
defunding the
vibrant
police.
civil rights community that is able to participate in
I just want to
keeping
be
our
clear.
community
You believe
safe
in
from hate
investing
and
in
bias.
community safety by defunding the police?
I am here to say that I'm really grateful we have the Southern Poverty Law Center because it is doing work, including with law
and you think that
enforcement,
defunding
to
the police
prevent
makes our community
hate and
safer?
bias
Okay,
crimes.
I've got another question for you. What is a black job?
You'd have to ask Donald Trump.
I'm not sure what that means. I'm referring to a statement that you made a year ago on your LinkedIn. I was so honored and proud to be a New York State delegate for our next president, with Vice President Kamala Harris ascending to her black job.
Donald Trump made a comment that was very stereotypical about black people, and it was a
that
joke about his stereotypical statement about black
What is a black job?
You'll have to ask Donald.
So she got mad because of a joke. So in return, years later, she makes a joke similar, but it's okay because she's black and she was working with Hillary fucking, what's that cunt's name? Kamala. Yeah, this is one of the things they're talking about. This,
Donald Trump's not on the witness stand.
Well,
Congressional
son,
hearing.
I'm here to talk
Go
about
ahead.
hate
What's up,
crime, which
brother?
I hope you want to talk about as
could
well.
If the gentleman will
Hillary
yield, I can
Clinton-
clarify that.
No, I'd like to hear from the witness, but I appreciate it. Could Hillary Clinton have filled that black job? What you call
You
a
have
black
to
job?
ask Donald Trump.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Dr. Swain, got a couple questions for you. And thank you again for being here. In your book, The New White Nationalism, which is excellent, you wrote that in 2002 there were approximately 2,000 KKK members in the entire nation. Sounds like you believe a large portion of them were paid informants. Do you think that the SPLC was involved back in 2002? If you can turn the mic on, please.
There was a scholar named Larry Wilcox that I referenced, and he did research, and he was very critical of the Southern Poverty Law Center, and he said at one point that there were more paid informants than actually KKK members. And I would
Believe it.
concede that the Southern Poverty Law Center was very successful as far as bankrupting the neo-Nazis and the KKK. So I would concede that, but I will also argue that as early as 2009, when I wrote the article that triggered the Southern Poverty Law Center, at that time the new Black Panther Party was patrolling the polls, I think in Philadelphia, and they were intimidating white people, and they had.
Wait. So the Black Panther was sitting at voting polls intimidating the crackers? How interesting. How interesting.
Sticks in their hands, and the Southern Poverty Law Center had not labeled them as a hate group. And so in the blog, where I ended with, instead of monitoring hate groups, the Southern Poverty Law Center has become one. Instead of labeling or listing the new Black Panther Party, what they did, they went after Lou Dobbs, and they went after the Center for Immigration Studies and anyone who questioned liberal immigration policies.
Mm-hmm. And we've got about 15, 20 seconds left. Can you just, to sort of close us out, what are the dangers of paying for these informants and extremist groups like the KKK?
You get biased information if you're
Right.
paying people for information. And one of the dangers for our society is that the Southern Poverty Law Center has pretty much become an arm of the Democratic Party. They are very partisan. They should not have that 501c3 status if they're going to take a side in, if they're going to be biased in how they monitor groups.
501c3, the Southern Poverty Law Center is, right? That's so they get a tax exempt status, they get donations, they get grants to do what? To do what? Pay people. People like who? Patriot Front, the KKK. All these organizations that really aren't really trying to make a comeback, They get paid to make it look like. And Patriot Front's the biggest one. It's paid by SPLC. It's paid for by government. Those motherfuckers aren't real. Patriot Fronts are a bunch of faggots. They're not real. They want you to believe that these white supremacist groups are out there and everything's going to change for the black man. Nothing's changing. I didn't get the video, but I had a video of 3 Georgia women, all black, went in to vote. They showed their ID. They didn't have to count jelly beans and none of that bullshit. 3 black women in Georgia went to vote, and all they had to do was show their ID, not count jelly beans, not pay a poll tax, like they want people to believe this new Save America Act's going to be. So let's talk about Wesley Hunt and the law. Yeah.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Jim Crow.
The first one is The Intercept. We knew they were paying informants. SPLC donors reject Trump DOJ.
Without objection.
The second one is a letter from the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights nonprofits together in 442 civil rights organizations rejecting the criminal charges. And finally, unanimous consent to introduce a statement from Trevor Potter, president of Campaign Legal Center, former Republican chair of the FEC.
Without objection, so ordered. We now go to Mr. Hunt for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The talking point for the Democrat hive brain today is that Jim Crow is alive and well in America, and I am sure that some of the SPLC's actions have helped them make this argument. My first question is for you, Ms. Swain. In the 2024 presidential election, were you required to pay a poll tax before you voted?
No.
I have another question for you. When you went to vote at the voting locations, were you intimidated in any way with baseball bats, fire hoses, or dogs?
The only thing that intimidated me is that in my state that you go into, if you you have to ask for a Republican ballot or a Democrat ballot, and if you...
She's right. What kind of halfway right there? Because when I went and voted in primaries 2016, was it primaries 2016 or 2020? I had voted for Tulsi Gabbard in a primary. When I went into the polls, I couldn't vote for Tulsi Gabbard unless I said I was a Democrat. I'm like, I'm neither. You're supposed to let me have the ballot and let me do what I need to with it. Made no sense. But in order to vote for her, I had to fucking say Democrat.
You are in a precinct that's predominantly Democrat, I think you would have a lot of fear.
Thank you for answering that question, ma'am. For my Democrat colleagues and everyone on the left screaming Jim Crow 2.0, like I hear ad infinitum.
That's crazy. I'm not lying when I supported people like Rand Paul, Thomas Massie, and all that shit. And something along the ways, they lost their way and went too far.
Let's take a moment to revisit what actual Jim Crow was.
When I say I actually donated to Axe Blue, I donated once. That was Tulsi Gabbard's campaign.
Crow was a time when black Americans could not sit in classrooms with white Americans. It was colored-only water fountains. It was beatings in the streets. It was lynchings. It was fear. It was public humiliation. My own father, who grew up in a segregated South in New Orleans, had to walk around to the back of a restaurant just to order a sandwich in the French quarters of New Orleans because of the color of his skin. That was Jim Crow. And that is precisely why it is so offensive to compare that era of legalized discrimination and racial terror to showing a photo ID in a voting booth. And it's just as offensive when groups and organizations like these manufacture faux hate and racial tension. Requiring identification to vote is not oppression. It is not segregation. It is not racism. It is a basic standard that applies equally to every single American citizen, regardless of what you look like. You need an ID to board a plane. You need an ID to cash a check. You need an ID to buy alcohol. You need an ID to enter these very federal buildings. And by the way, attaining an ID in this country is an extremely low bar. But somehow showing an ID to vote in America is now considered to be Jim Crow 2.0. This is not about civil rights. This is about political theater.
Theater.
The Democrat Party survives on manufacturing grievance. Democrats invoke the pain of the past because they have nothing to offer for the present. They don't want an honest debate. They want emotional manipulation. They want outrage. They want division, as evidenced by our discussion in this very hearing today. They want Americans to fight each other because chaos is politically useful to them. Words like racism and white supremacy and Jim Crow 2.0.
Oh, no.
For the purposes of elucidating my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, let's take a hard look at what real Jim Crow was.
Let's go.
Check out this one behind me. You see, this is Jim Crow.
It's funny. If you look at like the old Navy in like California, it would say whites and then it would say Negroes and Filipinos. It's crazy. Even the Navy was making Filipinos, you know, black. Which is funny because that video I played the other day, that the black lady saying that Filipinos are basically black, and then the Filipino guy's like, so I can say nigger? Well, he didn't finish it. I did. But again, that goes to show you, they think we're black.
This is what Democrats call Jim Crow. Next slide, please. See,
y'all don't have to vote.
That is Jim Crow. For whatever reason, this is what Democrats call Jim Crow. Slide, please. That is Jim Crow. This is what Democrats call Jim Crow. I know that some of these images can seem to be very jarring to many of us that haven't experienced that over the course of the past 40 years of my lifetime. I never saw these things. I never experienced them personally.
Yeah, me neither.
But I have family members who have and who did. And that's why it is extraordinarily important for us to be very, very careful with what we compare to Jim Crow, because this country has come a very, very long way. I keep saying this over and over and over and over again till I am blue in the face. I represent a white majority district along with 3 of my other black colleagues here in Congress. And you know what? Nobody cares about what we look like. We are being judged not by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character, because we've come a long way from this. I don't want to go back to that. In fact, I want to continue on the path that America has set forward in the name of Jesus Christ. And I want to let people know that we don't need to be angry. We don't need to be divided. We want equality for everyone. Let me be crystal clear. This is not 1960 anymore.
Thank God.
It's 2026. And the fact that groups like these are willing to stroke the flames of hate by funding the KKK is absurd. With that, I yield back the remainder of my time.
Oh no. Should we listen to him because he's black? But then again, I guess we can't because these are conservatives. You know, we're not supposed to agree with black conservatives because other than that, they're basically white. They're Uncle Tom, they're coons, whatever the fuck they call them. They call them all kinds of names. They're like, oh, who's being racist now? It's not me. Could be, but it's not.
All new at 5:30.
And this is why I'm glad my kids don't ride school buses anymore. They won't ever. If you have kids, especially live in rural areas, which I actually lived in when I was a kid, and I had to cross streets like this, bro, I would shoot somebody. 100%. Is there a cat in the window? Yep, fat ass.
A very close call. Look at this.
Look at that shit.
Caught on camera in Milan.
Almost hit
Milan,
them.
rather. After being cleared to cross by the bus driver, a middle school
Look at
student
it.
is almost clipped by an incoming car. Fox News' Jamie Sherrod is live in Milan in the area with more on exactly what
That
happened.
should be
Jamie.
attempted murder.
Yeah, Roop, some scary moments for that student. This all happened around 3 p.m. yesterday. I'm standing near where the bus dropped that student off on this road here. Now you can see he had to cross the street in order to get home. While he was doing that, obviously flashing lights, the stop sign on the bus, people are supposed to stop, right? That is not what happened. There was a car on this side of the road that passed other cars and went around and continued to drive as that student was crossing the street, nearly hitting him. Take a look at the video.
I think this, obviously that bus didn't have it, but some of the newer buses, they have cameras too that show the car and get their license plate and everything.
Here. What was your reaction seeing that close call with your grandson?
Very upset, started shaking, it was terrible to see that, and then to see, the video, I don't know if you're going to show the video, but he was completely upset, holding his chest, and it's traumatic, for him. And I don't want this to happen to any other children, that's why I'm trying to bring this up, with how come the bus does not have outside cameras? I think every bus should have outside cameras so we can get this tag number, so we could prosecute, or at least bring it to, it needs to be brought to attention.
Now, we did receive a statement from the Milan Area School Superintendent. It says, in part, the district is working closely with law enforcement on their investigation, that this incident was completely avoidable, and the district urges drivers to stay alert, use caution, and follow the law at all times, but especially when there is a school bus nearby. The district also tells us none of their school buses have those exterior cameras, but they are hoping to get funding to change that. Reporting live in Milan, Jamie Sherrod.
We'll go to the next school board meeting or the next city hall meeting and see what they're doing to get those things installed, what their progress is. Because they can say all day long, oh yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. You're not fucking working on it. You're not working. You're using the money to buy what? Not shit for school, not shit for the city, but what? Campaign funds? Uh-oh. Somebody gave me a new link. Is it the new video? Oh, yes. I think I've seen this one. When did this come out? I haven't seen this one. Appreciate you, Expose. All right. Moving on. Where are we going to with this? Oh.
Do you think that we should allow a 14-year-old child?
When Caitlin Bennett has a new fucking video, I want to show you how some of these stupid motherfuckers really are stupid, and trying to debate them is futile. Like the old Star Trek. Resistance is futile. Star Trek, right? The Borg. Captain John Picard. Not Picard. Jean-Luc Picard. Professor X. Fine.
To get her breast cut off.
If it's cut as a yes or no, then yes.
There's 1 million unborn people from abortion. Is that funny?
Yes, it is.
This is the kind of guy that would be like those mosque shooters. These incel cocksuckers. Well, if he's a cocksucker, he can't really be an incel.
So I guess we should probably just kill them before they're born, right? Yeah. Republicans are violent.
Yes.
I'm asking for one specific example that is a right-winger who went out and committed an act of violence against... Don't touch me.
He went into a place that was having known violence going on.
By who? By who? Violence by who? Leftists. We're here at the Lakeland Farmers Market for the 1-year anniversary of getting trespassed from this public property. I think it's untrue that I can't stop.
We can step over here.
No, I'm going to continue my interviews.
You guys are saying kind of disrespectful things about deportation and saying some hateful statements.
Okay.
So at this point, now they do want to have you trespass from the property.
We're back doing the exact same thing that got me in trouble to begin with. Asking for political hot takes from left.
Republicans are violent. Define violent in the sense like we can be. We're not, but we can be. It's a difference. Deport all illegals. I agree. That's why the word illegal. You never heard me say something, we need to deport these legal immigrants, these non-resident aliens. No, I never say that. I always say the illegals. To the difference. A lot of America doesn't seem to understand that. Supporting trans, get the fuck out of here. Absolutely not. No abortion limits? Really? No limits? You fucking morons. Worst POTUS. No. I think he's far from it. But that's just my opinion. Let's go see what... St. Pete? I think it's St. Pete.
This here in the public square, you already know how this is going to end. Roll the tape. So I'm going to go down the line. I'm going to say my statements, and you just say agree or disagree.
Uh-oh.
And there's no in the middle. It's just agree or disagree. That's what makes it so fun. Okay, ready? Republicans are violent.
Yes.
Okay. Deport all illegals.
No.
Okay. We should support transing the kids.
Transing the kids or support trans kids?
Well, supporting trans kids, and let me clarify, that means at any age, if they come to us and say that they are of the opposite sex or in the wrong body, we should do whatever means necessary to help them transition.
Okay, that's based on parent and kid. So I'll say yes, support trans kids, but that's I should stay out of that though.
Okay. There should be no limits on abortion.
Agree.
Okay. And Trump is the worst president that we've had in our lifetime.
Totally agree.
You can check mark the things that you agree with.
Oh.
Okay. Republicans are violent. Agree or disagree? Okay. Deport all illegals.
No one's illegal on stolen land.
Of course. Support trans kids.
No one's illegal on stolen land? How about the people that stole it? And everybody else after it? It had to belong to somebody. So you need to go. You need to go because you're on stolen land. And you want to disrespect the Native Americans? Get your ass out of here. Go back to where family came from. Go back to your lineage. I don't give a fuck if it's Cambodia.
100%. No abortion limits. Okay? Trump is...
Yo, if there's no abortion limits, can we abort people like her? There's no limits. The sky is the limit, guys. No limits on abortions.
the worst president of the United States.
1,000,000%.
Okay, I love how you made up your own metrics. How are Republicans violent?
Just their beliefs, racism.
My beliefs are violent. Guys, I'm sorry. I've been so violent this whole time. I'm sorry. No longer gonna be violent. I'm gonna have to change my beliefs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on this. I don't know if I can do it.
How are Republicans violent?
Just their beliefs, racism.
Some of them.
Racism is violent.
Well, ICE. Abolish ICE.
Okay.
Why?
So when we say Republicans, there's been a lot of political violence in our country lately, and people are saying, oh, the right commits more, or some people are saying the left commits more. You see more right-wing violence from Republicans.
No, they probably smell like cabbage and body odor, and maybe a little bit of tuna.
I mean, I just think that the hate is violent.
Okay, so their ideas are violent.
Yeah.
What are some of Republican ideas that are violent?
Supporting ICE.
Okay. And their support of ICE is a violent.
So do you say supporting the police is violent because the police do violent shit?
Thing about them. Okay.
Well,
can you name
murdering citizens
and children?
Murdering
That's
citizens?
the children.
Well, putting children in camps.
I do have to point out that if murdering children is violence, you guys did agree with no abortion limits at all.
Well, we're different on that opinion.
Yeah.
How do you justify that that's violence, their ideas are violence, but you support abortion without restriction?
I don't agree with abortion necessarily. It's not that I support abortion. It's that I support a right to choose.
That is supporting abortion, right?
But no.
Because you put a check mark next to no abortion limits.
Yeah, well.
That means women have the right.
Yeah.
And no
have
limits.
the right to tell me what my limits are.
Really? Do you think that Do you think that you should be allowed to rape and hit people?
No.
Well, that's a limit that you have with your body, right?
No, because you're putting that upon other people's bodies.
Yeah, so we are not allowed to use our bodies to hurt other people. Right. Just like you don't like how ICE agents.
Here's your pen.
Right, just kind of like how you think ICE agents are using their bodies to hurt people.
Yeah.
Deport all illegals.
Yo, this person's really fucking retarded, but at least they're willing. All right? This person's going to show up a few times, and surprising things come out of this thing's mouth.
Agree or disagree?
Which one is agreeing? Which one is
I'm not saying things because a person's black. I'm not sure if it's a male or a female, but I'm assuming it's a male who's probably feminine. So
A check mark for agree.
I disagree.
Disagree? Okay. Support trans kids.
Definitely agree. Because why wouldn't I?
Okay. No abortion limits. So abortion through all 9 months without apology for any reason a woman wants it. Okay.
Wow.
Trump is the worst president of the United States we've ever had.
Watch it.
I don't agree, but I don't disagree with that one either.
We have to pick one.
That one I'm going to skip that one too.
Okay. Okay. Let's go back to support trans kids. Why do you agree with supporting trans kids?
So it kind of depends, because I'm not saying I wouldn't. At first, I will let them explore, and then when they get old enough, then I'll let them transition. Because they're still kids at the end of the day. They're not fully developed, so they don't really know. And even as an adult, we don't even know. So it kind of goes back and forth. I would just be real careful with that one though. But I definitely support them. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna support them.
In what ways would you support a trans identifying child?
Definitely let them be more gender fluid. If you let them be more gender fluid, then they can experience both things. That way, then if they know, they know. So once they hit that age, they're fully welcome to do whatever they want to do. So I would say let them really branch off, see what they like.
We should deport all illegals.
I also disagree.
Disagree with that? Okay. We should support trans kids. And
All right, you can tell by looking at this dude, he's just going to be a walking contradiction, a walking fucking fucking retard. And not isn't like you're talking to your buddy and you're calling him a retard. I mean, even if they are a retard, but it's like actually talking to a retard, like a Democrat. Oh.
that means by helping them transition.
I agree with that.
You agree with that? There should be no limits on abortion.
I agree.
Agree? Go ahead and put that.
You're a man, you have no choice.
Trump is the worst president in history.
I disagree.
Disagree with that. Okay. Support
Whoa.
trans kids, and I clarify president in history.
I disagree.
Disagree with that. Okay.
He just disagreed with saying that Trump is the worst president ever. I know I didn't just see that. Maybe I'm high. Maybe I'm high. We'll play it again.
Trump is the worst president in history.
I disagree.
Disagree with that. Okay. Support trans kids, and I clarified that meant that would also mean helping them transition as minors.
That's not going to save you.
Why do you support that?
I believe you can put them on hormone blockers or some other thing that's probably reversible. I mean, if the kid wants it, just do it. I believe in they should whatever they want to.
You don't have kids.
I don't know, man.
You said probably reversible.
Probably.
But what if it's not?
Ladies, don't breed with this guy. I mean, he probably wouldn't know what to do with a vagina, so.
You think we should just look at a child's health and their future and the pills we're putting in their body and say, well, oh well, if it's not reversible.
Yeah. Basically.
Why do you feel that way about children?
It's more of, well, I don't really know.
We should deport all
Part of
illegals.
the potato.
Okay. We should support trans kids, and that means, and let me clarify before you put something down, we should support them in a way of transitioning. If they say that
you just know that these two are a fucking couple because they're out there matching
to transition. Okay?
Check mark on that.
There should be no limits on abortions.
I would agree with that. Would you agree with that?
More or less, if we're getting into
If we're getting into generalizations, because I feel like most late-term abortions are like a medically necessary one when we talk about them like that.
I mean, that's not what they do.
Trump is the worst president.
Oh, this is such a subjective question because I know about some really awful presidents we've had in the past. Oh,
That's where it tests
why
your ability.
I disagree or agree.
Yeah.
Not like that.
I'm gonna go with no.
No. All right, that pains you.
It pains me physically.
Wait a minute. That makes two? That makes two?
But I know about Andrew Jackson, and he was a really terrible human being.
So can you give me one example of a right-winger who has committed an act of violence?
Yes, but I can't think of their name. But
Have you ever heard of Savannah Craven?
Yeah.
no.
Savannah Hernandez.
Hey,
Yeah.
are you ready to walk?
Have you ever heard of Charlie Kirk?
No, thank you.
Yeah. Have you heard of the Catholic school students that were all shot up by trans identifying people? Any example of a right winger committing acts of violence? Any?
My stepfather.
In what way?
Rape and beating me.
In the name of republicanism?
Yes.
Yes. He raped you, and I'm sorry about that. He raped you because that's a Republican ideology?
I don't know.
Are there different
No, you're
implications?
supposed to believe people, especially with things like that. However, I don't think so.
In what way?
Rape and beating me.
In the name of republicanism?
Yes.
Yes. He raped you, and I'm sorry about that. He raped you because that's a Republican ideology? Are there different implications that if we subject children and we tell them, yeah, you know what, experiment, maybe you are in the wrong body? Or is it more important to tell them, actually, you are a boy? And
I think it's better if we let them experiment.
Okay.
Experiment, because at the end of the day, you don't even know.
we
I
know.
do.
We know.
Until you hit about a certain age.
No, I always.
Oh, we know men. We know
I
what
always
men and women are.
I used to get in trouble in fucking third grade trying to kiss girls on the playground. Oh man. Oh man. So I was one of those guys, huh? Wow.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But we also don't know what we like.
Does that change if you're a man or a woman?
Now that I think about it, I never really thought about it that way. Huh. Good fruit for thoughts.
Who, he said that? This guy in the jersey?
Oh.
I didn't say anything. I played the fifth.
You definitely, are you drunk?
No, I'm completely sober.
Really? So you act like this completely sober?
Yeah.
I don't mind if
He said something, yelled at something, and now that he's been confronted, his boyfriend over here is like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then the guy who said it's like, yeah, I was just messing around.
you shout things about me, but what I would appreciate is if you're gonna shout things about me, especially things that are false, that when I come up to you, you can own up to it and then engage in a dialogue instead of shouting things.
I mean, yeah, I admit it was me.
Holy shit. Who does this guy look like? Short bus. Short bus.
Okay. Can you say you're sorry?
No.
All right.
Fine, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
I'm sorry. Can you please forgive me?
I do forgive you.
I-
Yes, I do that. All right.
It was just a joke. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
It won't happen again.
I support the right to get that in the knife mouth.
You support.
I do.
Yeah. So who has the right to do this to another person?
I told you. Any woman, any pregnancy, it's her body
Whoa.
until it comes out.
But is this her body?
Yeah.
If this were her body, she'd be dead.
If I cut off someone's arm's dead.
Are you allowed to cut off someone's arm?
No, someone could do that.
Why not? Why not?
It's not my arm.
Okay. This is not the woman's body.
I would say that's her body.
How is this baby in a coffin, or this baby with severed arms and blood all over their head,
Dude,
a
he's getting
dead
off on
baby?
that.
How is that a woman's body?
Yo, he's getting off of that video. FBI, I know you're watching this. You watch everything. That's what Palantir's for. Find this guy. Find this guy right now.
How is that a woman's body? I was taken from her body.
So it's not her body. Does a woman who's pregnant with a male fetus have a penis?
Inside her, yeah.
Inside of her body, right? But she herself does not have a penis, right? Okay. So it's not her body.
No, it's still her body.
Explain that to me.
I don't want to.
So, January 6th. Okay. Go on about that.
Okay, well, we had a bunch of people being told by the president at the time that the election was rigged. So
Right.
they decided under his advisement to storm the Capitol.
Okay.
And we had police officers that were killed, a lot of people that were
A lie.
hurt and violent. So yeah, Republicans are violent. Since it's not
Listen, guys. I guess I'm violent. I guess I'm violent. My wife would fight people. I'd ask her to beat her ass. Just so we can prove her right. But my wife doesn't fight. She wouldn't do that. I don't really think she cares about politics. That's why I'm here. We're not violent, all right?
a gray area, like you said before, it's black and white. So I'm going with Republicans are violent.
Okay, all right. And I'm not going to disagree with you that there was some violence there that day. Do you know the only person? You know who the only person who died that day was?
There were a couple of cops that died.
No,
that
no, no.
day.
I'm talking about Ashley.
Oh, but I love the nose rings.
Babe, I'm not interested in talking to you and the bullshit you have.
It's always the nose piercings. We should deport all illegal aliens.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yo. You guys need a reminder on who this bitch is? I'm going to give you a quick reminder. Let me pull up her video. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Let's do this.
I don't care what it is. What it is, like we're sitting in a time where all of these things are coming out about people doing things to children, and we're just like, oh, it's fine. It's fine.
No one thinks it's fine.
Yes, it is. You can do whatever you want to your own children.
I'm sorry?
You can't. It's illegal. Yeah, there's illegal parts of everything. I don't care what it is. What it is, like we're sitting in a time where all of these things are coming out about people doing things to children, and we're just like, oh, it's fine.
It's not fine.
It's fine.
No one thinks it's fine.
Yes, it is. You can do whatever you want to your own children. You can't. It's illegal. Yeah, there's illegal parts of everything.
That was just a reminder.
We should support trans kids, and that means helping them transition medically and surgically.
Yeah.
Okay. We should have no limits on abortions.
You don't want an abortion, don't get it.
So you agree with that? I
agree.
Okay. Trump is the worst president?
Absolutely.
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 Okay. Why is he the worst one?
He's
He's
right.
just a terrible human. I don't even, president or not, he's a terrible.
You know, anybody's like, oh, he's just an overall terrible human. That could be reflection. That could be reflection. And looking at her, I guarantee you, she's a terrible human.
Human.
What examples do you have to point to that?
You don't care about anybody but yourself.
I don't.
In every
That's my
way.
family.
So yeah.
Basically, he only cares about him and his family. That's what I do. I guess I'm a terrible person.
I'm gonna be more
There's a
like
lot more to that. I don't know why am I nervous that he's looking at me with this camera.
So I think in any case of major surgery like that, mental health evaluations are important because talking about how like any kind of surgery impacts our body, it can also lead to recovery periods. It can lead to issues with how society perceives us, all kinds of problems with that.
But you think that a 14-year-old woman, a girl, who thinks that she's a boy, as long as she passed a couple tests and a doctor signs off on it, we should cut off her breasts?
Again, I think we're getting into the idea of generalizations and...
It's a yes or no. Do you think that as long as a doctor signs off on it and she really wants it, we should allow a 14-year-old child to get her breasts cut off?
If it's cut as a yes or no, then yes.
You dumb cunt.
Why?
Because ultimately, it is that individual person's, like, opinion, and I would assume as a 14-year-old, they're a minor, so they have to get their parents' permission too. So it's what's decided is best for them by their family.
Okay, so
I'm assuming she's a dyke, and I'm not gonna assume she's a dyke. Hopefully these dykes never decide to have kids. I'm not against dykes having kids. Well, they're not both dykes. Have a friend. Everybody's like, I got that black friend. I have a friend. I have a friend. She's married to a woman. And they had IVF. Had IVF. But they're very conservative. Thank God. And one's a Mexican.
To get their parents' permission too. So it's what's decided is best for them by their family.
okay, so there's a bunch of evidence that's
I'm
come
just
out
asking for one Republican that you can name of that has committed an act of violence in the name of their ideology.
Since I don't know, since you're catching me off guard, I don't remember the exact name of the ICE agent that killed Alex Preddy or the exact ICE agent that killed Renee Good. So those are very racist.
So would those be your only examples?
Okay, so
I can also point to the trans identifying people who shot up multiple Christian schools and Christian children in the name of the trans ideology.
Okay, so how about us bombing an Iran school full of kids and teachers?
Okay. So what I'm asking for is specific examples of Republicans engaging in acts of violence against their political enemies for political ends and means.
I just gave you one.
What?
That's not an example.
For Republican ends and means, okay, we shouldn't be in Iran. There should not have been a bombing of a school in Iran.
I agree with you.
Okay.
You know my thoughts on Iran and the Iranian fuckers.
So that's
So I'm not asking
because it's obviously not supported by Democrats. It is highly supported by Republicans. So Republicans are the ones that are calling the orders to bomb a school in Iran.
So I don't believe that that's what happened. If you have evidence that Republicans have been out here ordering schools to be bombed, I would love for you. But I'm asking for one specific example of a person you can name that is a right-winger who went out and committed an act of violence against... Susan, touch me?
Kyle Rittenhouse. And I was not touching you, I was touching the microphone. Kyle Rittenhouse. He did not have to go to where he was going. He actually took his gun and went into a place of violence, and he knew that he was going to get, and you're shaking your head. So obviously this discussion is over. Thank you very much.
We can't disagree. Okay, Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself.
He went into a place that was having known violence going on.
By who? By who? Violence by who? Leftists.
No.
Yeah, he went into a place to defend.
They were protesting quietly when...
No, they were not. He was being chased by a known pedophile who had a gun with him, ma'am.
Epstein.
Did you say they were protesting violently? So they were rioting.
Epstein wasn't a Republican.
Look at the Epstein file.
He wasn't a Republican. All right, no abortion limits. You're going to have to justify a woman being allowed to abort her child that is 9 months in the womb. You're going to have to justify that one.
Well, with women, there could be a lot of health concerns during pregnancy. It could be either some women don't want it or some women are forced to. So I would just say with that one is there's a lot of body things because there's a lot of things that can happen. Some people don't want to die, but
I'm sure the baby doesn't want to die.
Yeah.
That's true, but you never know.
I want your justification for why that is necessary and a choice someone can make to do to someone else.
If raising a kid could mess up their life, or if they just don't want the idea of giving birth to somebody.
Oh no, they're giving birth. The baby is dead.
Giving birth to a living person, I mean. The idea that you gave birth to someone there who's out in the world. I can understand not wanting that responsibility.
So if that woman gave birth, and then 2 months later she realizes, I really don't want to take care of this live baby. I'd rather this baby be dead. I really don't want to do this. Would you be okay with her drowning her baby in her pool?
No.
Why not?
The baby's alive. It's out there.
Okay.
Out in the world. I think the moment it's born, gets its rights.
If a 14-year-old thought that she would be more like herself, her true self, by being blind, would you support a doctor and her parents signing off to take her eyes out?
Well, so at that point, it becomes a logical fallacy, right? Because
False. False. No one would ever want to do that. You know, there we go. I'm old enough to where no, I'm not right-eye dominant anymore, and I can still see fine without it. Just for shits and giggles, I would probably like, hey, I've got like 3 weeks to live. Can you take out an eyeball? No? That would be morbid, huh? Just so I can go in my casket as a patch. Eye patch. Not Eye Patch McCain. God, no. And I can be like, he learned everything.
So you can have reconstructive surgery to get breast implants, and you can take hormone therapy and all kinds of things for like breast tissue, but eyes are a one and done. Like you remove it, it's ended. And so
Well, if you cut off your breast,
Nah.
you take away.
AI is going to fix that too. AI is going to do everything. Put that eyeball chip in the back of your brain. It's going to connect right in there, and you're going to be like, what's up, Yeti?
Your ability to breastfeed.
And not everybody wants to breastfeed.
But she might. But if she wants to be blind and she wants her eyes taken out because she feels like that's her true self, she's a disabled, vision impaired person, why wouldn't that be okay to do?
Talking statistics and arguing these points, what statistics do you have for the number of people that have wanted to electively have their eyes removed?
Oh, I don't know, but a doctor has.
God damn you. Telling you. Get to a certain age, they don't need it. Can't fucking see anyway.
Done that before for a woman, and when another woman has been rejected, she actually put bleach into her eyes to make herself blind. But I'm just testing your guys'
But again,
consistency here.
Think
If it's-
about it. I took the chances of going blind when I had them stick a laser in them. Huh? Remember, the first 4 times they're like, we're not doing it. Can't do it. We shouldn't. Your eyes won't handle it. And after that, I'm going to say 3rd or 4th. The last time they told me no. And I'm like, well, find me another fucking doctor here that'll do it. Had another doctor. And he's like, yeah, fuck it. We'll do it. You realize you may go blind if this fucks up. I'm like, it's whatever. Look at me now. 4 doctors like, oh, we don't want to do it. I did it. Could have lost my eyesight.
okay for a doctor and a woman's parents to sign off on a 14-year-old removing her healthy breasts, why wouldn't it be okay if we removed her eyes if she felt that she would be her true self as a blind person?
So again, this is, like I say...
My opinion on that is, first of all, people can do what they want to do.
No, they can't.
Yo, what if they're not diabetic, but they want to be diabetic, so they chop their feet off? Is that allowed? Because their friend has diabetes and lost their foot, so they what's the word? Fuck, I know what the word is. Just like when somebody gets cancer and you have to shave their head, and everybody's like, we're going to shave with you. Right? So to help them with their diabetes, you're going to have your foot taken off because now you're diabetic. Solidarity. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Removing eyes disables a person, impacts their quality of life. Regardless of what you might think, removing breasts does not impact someone's quality of life or ability to interact
Are
with
you
the
sure
world.
about that? Because I know plenty of women who would love to have breast implants because it would improve their quality of life. And I would say most of the time it does.
Okay. What if that's their choice? Well, how are you to say
That's
it?
their choice. I don't get to say whether or not they do it.
That's still wrong. Epstein was not a Republican, ma'am.
Okay, maybe not at the time.
He still is not.
Because he's dead, because of his friend.
Well, if he's dead, he's definitely now a Democrat.
Oh!
Okay. Donald Trump.
What?
You do know that
Epstein
Kyle
files.
Rittenhouse was found not
Donald
guilty,
Trump is in the
right?
Epstein files. It has been reported multiple times by teenagers that at the time were hurt by him, and that has all been sealed right now.
Actually, that still hasn't happened. That's still unproven. That's still something that's made up. I digress. I digress. But I will tell you, I think it's going to get released in the next 18 months. 18 months, especially between, right after midterms, especially. Because I tell you what, Democrats are going to be pissed.
So please walk along, do your thing,
You know what
get your
I'm pretty
news
pissed?
from.
Our greatest ally that we actually don't have a treaty with.
Fake.
Well, if you get your news in great places, why can't you back up any of your claims?
Look up BBC.
You can't even tell me what the BBC has said, ma'am. We know that child does not choose
Wait a minute, did she say she gets her shit from the BBC? They edit their shit and they got caught.
to have their life ended.
But some people don't choose to have a child either.
They don't have to raise the child, but they are not allowed to kill them either.
But the healthcare system is not always welcoming towards children.
So we
I'm saying most of the ones I've met, they did, and one of them, they had the army pay for it, and I had to coach her through it, saying how it would be better for their mental health. And they get it done, and I'm just saying.
should kill them before they're born.
I'm not saying we should kill them. I'm not saying we should do anything. But it's really up to the woman's choice.
Okay. So justify a woman going into an abortion clinic at 9 months. And do you know what an abortion at 9 months looks like?
Nope.
You've never heard of it.
So I really wouldn't know.
Well, we all know most abortionists are men, so they aren't women either, but they perform and commit these abortions. At 9 months, the baby's heart is stopped.
Wait. So a strong, independent who don't need no man gets pregnant, and suddenly they need a man to do the abortion? You do need men. You do need men. Because if it wasn't for man, you wouldn't be in this position. And if you're in this position, you need another man to fix it. You see? You see? Never thought about it that way, but yeah. Yeah, all you strong, independent women who don't need a man. Apparently you do. Apparently you do.
And then the woman is put through labor. She's given Pitocin and drugs to induce labor. And she actually gives birth. It's a 3-day process. She gives birth anyway. But the baby is dead instead of alive because they stop the baby's heart. Tell me what medical reason that would be necessary versus a C-section to save both lives.
I really wouldn't know. Because once again, I'm not a woman. So I can't experience pregnancies like y'all do.
No shit. You're not a woman. Couldn't tell. Maybe if he had breast implants, You know, little Tyrone. Tyrone would be like, oh my God, Johnny girl. You know, big old Tyrone. Don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm going to keep on talking like this because right now I'm stuck in it.
And I really don't understand that. Like, I don't really understand the point of carrying a baby and all that. So it's honestly, it's really just up to y'all, not really up to me.
Okay. Are you a pedophile?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Do you think pedophilia should be illegal?
Yes.
Okay. But if you're not a pedophile and you don't dabble in that, why do you have an opinion and want protection for those children?
I guess it just depends on the child.
Wait, who's
It's a
that?
child, so they can't really decide.
Well, what is a woman pregnant with?
Can we wrap this?
Wait a minute.
What is a woman pregnant with?
I'm sorry about that, so we gotta go.
What happens through the birth canal?
She have a white baby?
I'm sorry about that.
Maybe it's just a
So we gotta
sunlight.
What happens through the birth canal that magically
Oh,
gives
that's
someone their
intel
rights?
again.
I don't know what magically happens inside of the womb that magically gives them their rights. I don't really believe it's just subjective.
Conception.
Conception?
Yeah, that's the point that life begins.
I would disagree.
Okay, so
Well, you're
tell
a
me when
virgin,
it begins.
When life begins, I just told you when they're
At birth. Okay, what happens during the birth canal? When I gave birth to my 2 children, what magic does my vagina have that gave those
Like a secret
children their
portal.
rights?
I don't really know.
Because if I'm magical like that, like if I have a
It's a secret portal, right? Someone goes in, and eventually someone comes out. Huh? Huh? It's a hell of a portal.
magical vagina that just gives people their rights when they pass through it, I would love to know what magical concept I have.
I don't know. The law probably gives you that.
But you should totally, completely, even understanding after you explain that, you should completely go case by case.
Someone doesn't want that baby. What quality of life does that baby have? If their mom is willing to make that decision, what quality of life do they have after they're born?
I think.
So I guess we should probably just kill them before they're born, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Why do you think that?
Dude, I mean, what support do we have for children who are born that aren't
Put
wanted?
fucking full shirt on.
Oh, there's a lot of programs.
So, I mean, let's talk. I mean, then we're talking about like people who are, foster children, the foster system, which we all know is not ideal.
Okay.
There's plenty of foster children horror stories.
Okay.
I assume from the way this is targeted.
I have a lot of friends who are in the foster system. I actually know an amazing Catholic family who has taken in more than 10. Let me talk.
Oh.
That have taken in a lot of foster children from so many different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be better to look at a foster child and say it would have been better if your mom had poisoned you in the womb and suctioned your brain out?
Obviously not.
But that is what you're arguing.
That's not what I'm arguing. That's not what I said. All right.
Can you reiterate and clarify what you mean?
Yeah, because you put words in my mouth, so I was.
That's exactly what you
clarify,
think. You said if a child is unwanted,
You guys aren't doing an argument. You're really just.
That's okay.
then prove me wrong. Because that's exactly what you just advocated for, ma'am.
So I would like to say that most Americans are not black and white like this.
But
Most
you were.
Americans
You're right. I'm brown.
Go down the middle.
And
Most Americans believe that not all Republicans are violent. Most Americans believe that deporting all illegals is bad, but deporting
Actually, that's not true.
some illegals, yes, I agree with that. Trans kids, stay the heck out of that conversation. And
Why?
It's not your point because they're not.
It's child abuse. It's child abuse. You're probably the same kind of person that if somebody beats the fuck out of their kids, that you hope somebody calls the police. You probably won't because you don't want to get involved, but you hope somebody will. Right? But it's okay when they're letting them transition, causing harm as well. So I'm assuming because you support transitioning kids, you support beating kids. That's what I'm going with now.
My kids. If my kids was trans, I would want you to stay out of that business.
Okay. So if someone is raping, you cared about Epstein stuff though. That was
I didn't care. I was beat as a kid.
crimes against children, right?
Right.
Then that's none of your business.
I'm sorry, what?
That's none of your business, is it?
Okay, the perpetrator. Okay, you're doing a false equivalence.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
Transing children is abusive. It's abuse to children.
It is your.
Can you justify how cutting the breast off of a 12-year-old girl because she thinks she's a man is not abuse?
Okay, can you agree that?
What 12-year-old girl has breasts? Didn't even hit puberty yet. Unless puberty is starting sooner and sooner, but I think my daughters, they're no, I'm not going to talk about that.
Answer my question. Justify that to me.
Out of cannibalism, calling them what? Ordering pizza. They taste like cream cheese.
Yeah, that's wrong. I also think it's wrong to cut off healthy body parts of children, ma'am.
Again, if we're talking about that, it's a gender expression question. So logical fallacies are errors in logic and reasoning. So this would be a false equivalency situation.
No, how can a woman become a man?
Because the identifiers for a lot of trans people is gender specific. So how we express ourselves outwardly.
How can a woman become a man? What is a woman?
And that is a much bigger question than I think.
What is a woman?
Gender is a social contract.
What is a woman?
What is a woman?
Gender is a social contract. What is a woman? It's whatever you want to be.
Whatever they want to be.
Oh,
Which is what?
I'm different than you. She's different than me.
But we're all women.
But we're different.
It's a script, yo. It's a fucking script. They all follow. It's all follow. TikTok. Gender expression. Alright. Transitioning kids is not my problem because they're not my kids. But if you beat your kids, I'm gonna call the cops.
Different than any other woman.
But we're all women.
We are in this particular scenario, but we're all different. We're not.
And a woman.
And so a woman is not always the same. A woman can be anything.
No,
and I think a
not
lot
true.
of where the.
What is the
Hold
definition
on
of?
a second. A woman can be anything. Alright. I see that. Well, let me pick up my woman. Rub my woman. I'm tired of my woman. I'm gonna lock the woman up. Grab another woman. I love the way this woman tastes in my mouth. Everything's a woman, guys. Anything can be a woman.
A woman.
I think a lot of where this comes from is trying to push people into tiny boxes and say this is what a woman is, this is what a man is. And
Then correct me. What is a woman?
I'm saying whenever you try to push people into those boxes and say you are either a woman or a man if you feel these things, that's when we're really pushing people into boxes.
Right, when it comes to gender, there's really no thinking outside the box. This is not that kind of situation.
Because if you say, oh, you like sports, men like sports,
That's not what
then no. I'm using this as an example.
Okay.
If you say this is like men like blue and women like pink. If you like pink, you must be a woman. If you like blue, you must be a man.
No, if you like pink, you could be gay, or you could be Jay-Z.
Or the inverse.
If I
you're a
like
woman,
blue
you
as a
must
woman,
like pink.
well, I can't be a woman anymore because I like blue.
But here's what I'm saying.
But that's not how that works. It's not how that works. I'm confused. I mean, do I have any pink? I do not have any pink clothes. It's just not a color I would wear. It clashes with the way I look, you know. It just doesn't fit. Yellow, you know, a gender neutral color, looks good. Sometimes these heather grays, they look good, by the way. Good old America First t-shirt. Liberty Maniacs. Not product placement. I don't have a code. Nothing like that. Anyway, let's get to the video.
I'm not saying any of that. Men can be feminine and like pink, and they can paint their nails. That doesn't mean they're a woman. It means they're a man who paints their nails. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's funny that you guys kind of made my point for me right there.
I disagree.
If you cut your breast off, if a 14-year-old girl cuts her breast off, it doesn't make her a man. She's still a woman. She's a woman who is mutilated by her doctors and let down by her family.
I disagree.
I want concrete answers. I want concrete opinions with facts and logic behind them, because what you're doing is advocating for the genocide of more than 1 million people every year from abortion. Yeah. What is genocide?
Genocide would be the murder of a whole group or culture of people based on religion, culture, race.
The status of a group of people, right?
I would say so.
Unborn people. There's 1 million unborn people. Is that funny?
Yes, it is. Oh, it's very funny.
Fucking destroyed.
What's so funny about the genocide of unborn people?
I don't know, boss.
I would love to know, because if there's a joke I'm missing out on, I'd love to laugh about it too.
There's no joke.
You know, there's a reason
Except for
it's
you.
funny that you support giving children chemical castration drugs to stop their puberty that they are
No, I can't
naturally
even
supposed
think this kid's gay, straight, or whatever. I think he's one of those fucking incels that are going shooting up the schools and shit and the mosques. Everybody's looking at Republicans and Democrats, racists and shit like that. It's these fucking incels, these transgenders who don't even know what the fuck they are. That's what it is.
to go through, and you don't care about the consequences of that. And you also support murdering them before they even come out of the womb. There's a correlation here. You don't value life, do you?
No.
Why not?
I think when you die, it's just kind of it, you know? Yeah. God judges
Hopefully
you
yours come
up or
soon.
down. I don't think it really
Don't
matters,
care.
dog.
I'll take my marker back.
Take it, dude.
I think you should be on a watch list.
Really? I think I should too. Well, I've honestly really enjoyed this conversation with you. And I mean that since...
What is your name?
My name's Silas.
What is a woman?
Woman is anything she wants to be.
Which is?
Anything. Again, anything is anything. There are no absolutes in the world.
That's a great argument. Anything is anything. Anything is anything.
That is my firm opinion, whether in this conversation...
There are an absolute. A woman, the woman is an absolute.
100% things where one thing is this and one thing is that. There is always some difference where things can be one thing or another.
I'm sorry?
What is a man? Is that a better question to ask you?
There we go.
I think it's the exact same question on the other side. A man is a man.
Okay, but when someone says I'm a woman, what does that mean that they are?
That means they're a woman.
Which is what?
I mean, nothing beyond that without knowing.
Can you define woman without using the term woman?
I have no interest in doing that.
Because you can't.
But it's important if we're saying that men can be women and women is this weird idea out here, there's no abstract to it. We got to know what it is. When someone says I'm a woman, what does that mean that they are?
Why do we need to define it?
Is it because women
feel more
If you're a woman, roar. If you're a woman, you have to roar.
comfortable?
Because truth matters.
Okay, so the truth is what people think. Truth is a highly subjective thing.
No, it's not.
It is.
Everyone
It's not.
truth.
Men cannot be
The
women.
same experience on one day. You have a different version of the story than I do, which means you have your truth, I have my truth. Neither one of us is necessarily lying. We've just experienced it differently and have a different
Yo, unplug your fucking nose when you talk.
truth regarding it.
The truth is only the truth.
Look at the other bitch's nostrils. Holy shit, you can stick an entire credit card up in that bitch.
There are not two different versions of the truth, or else they would be
You're entitled to
opinions.
that belief, but I disagree with it.
Okay.
And I'm entitled to that.
Okay. Well, I'm still wondering how, a man can cut his penis off and become a woman. I'm very confused.
I mean, I think that's a question for medical professionals, not for random people on the street.
Well, if you guys could define what a woman is, we
Yeah.
could start there.
I have no interest in that. Like I said, you're not going to convince me to do it anyway.
You can't.
Exactly. You can't.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah, you can't define what, but I can.
Okay.
It's an adult human female.
I disagree.
Okay, then prove me wrong.
I don't feel like it.
It's because you can't prove me wrong because you know I'm right, guys.
No, I don't feel like proving you wrong because again, people have different
Okay,
opinions.
well here,
Ultimately,
actually,
at the end of the day,
on the board, you also said yes to no limits on an abortion. What type of person would go in to get an abortion?
Someone who has mistaken some choices or has a medical
No, what person goes in and gets an abortion?
a person who needs one.
No.
And what type of people are those?
People who need one.
Which are?
I know what you're going for here, and again, I disagree, and I'm not going to play this.
Women, right? Women.
It's been lovely having this conversation.
It's
but you
women,
really are
guys.
trying to get to
It's
your-
funny. You support
Holy shit.
abortions without restriction.
They really, really don't want to admit what a woman really is. They support abortions, but the only thing they tell you, well, they're people that need abortions because they made a mistake. Well, they accidentally mistake themselves as a woman and got pregnant? Because I don't think you can get pregnant through the butthole. Well, I haven't watched this yet. So we're gonna watch this together. It came out today, this morning actually. So let's take a look into it. Live reaction.
Ran them roads like we own the land. Two dumb kids with the master plan. Laughing at danger. Never thought about fate at all. But it put our lives on different lines. Swear I seen it in your eyes when we joked about never coming home. Now your boots fall quiet in the places I walk alone. So I sit right here in our old spot. I swear I feel you here, but I know you're not. I drink to the night, holding heavy and high, wishing you're somewhere under the same old sky. Your name still hangs in my heart like a dog tag. And the truth hits hard, folded flag. Jacket still hanging on the back of that chair. Smells like smoke in the life we share. You left with a promise you'd be back someday. God, why do you take the good ones away? It's funny how the brave never call it brave. They say I'll be fine, I'm going anyway. And I swear some nights the wind cuts through like a piece of you. I feel it when I sit right here in our old spot. I swear I feel you here, but I know you're not. I drink to the night, holding heavy and high, wishing you're somewhere under the same old sky. Your name still hangs in my heart like a dog tag. And the truth hits hard in that folded flag.
Whoa, that one.
Maybe you'll pass that ridge where the good ones go. Through the open gates down a golden road. I hope you're looking down with a smile as I sit right here in our old spot. I swear I feel you here, but I know you're not. I drink to the night, holding heavy and high, wishing you're somewhere under the same old sky. Your name stays hanging on my heart like a dog tag. And your memory lives in that folded flag.
Good song. Good song. Oh, wow. Didn't expect it to be that. Didn't expect that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to end this here because I'm not telling you how to think. I'm just telling you I think it's Friday. And, well, I'm not going to do the safety brief this week because, wow, I did not expect that video that literally just happened. So I'm going to have to do an actual reaction to this later that's not live because holy fuck, that sucked. Especially when they showed the fucking dude on that guard tower with the first ID because that hit a fucking flashback. Oh, thanks, Matt. Thanks, Matt. And it's crazy because you think today's actually a very, of all days for that video to come out, that shit hits hard. Of all fucking days. Yeah, I'm not telling you how to think, I'm just telling you to think. And we're going to close on this because this is how I wanted to close anyway. I just didn't realize it was going to be a little this. Oh, fuck it, no one's watching.
Remember when we signed the dotted line, a life away, life away. Such a young age became government property. It's 20 under, the lieutenant just called a layout. 'Cause some douchebag from Bico has lost his nuts. Ain't no weekend for me. Life was just a game of hurry up and wait. I remember counting my days until that ETS date. I can't believe we missed this shit, it's true. Worst days never felt so right. Now I'm stuck in a suit and tie, wishing I was back with the boys. I can't believe we missed this shit. Yes, it's true. On this bullshit fob, taking motors every day. Every day. Had sex with myself in a porta-john just to get away. Gotta get away. I've got TBI from getting my ass blown up. And most of my friends are missing some limbs. You guys are badasses, by the way. But this safety belt and my pro will keep me safe from terrorism, because that's science. I can't believe we missed this shit, it's true. Worst days never felt so right. Now I'm stuck in a suit and tie, wishing I was back with the boys. I can't believe we missed this shit. Yes, it's true.